Hello, everyone. This is Uzma Jobwali. Welcome to all of you. Today, I have a very special and creative guest with me, Bevan Bird from Canada. Thank you, Bevan, for joining me. I'm so much excited to talk about artificial intelligence creativity through AI. First of all, we want to listen your life journey, how you have started your journey. So, can you please introduce yourself and tell about your background?
Okay, sure. Um, I'd like to start with what I'm doing now and the lessons I've learned, and then then if you want to learn like how I got into it, we'll get into that too. Because I want to share what I'm doing and then also why I'm doing it. So what I'm doing is helping people unleash the artist within themselves. I've been doing this by inspiring others to playfully explore their creativity by making AI art from a place of harmony, just for fun, rather than trying to accomplish a specific outcome or get something. Because often we're in problem-solving consciousness a lot of the time, and so I create a place where people to play with AI art. It's something I found that doing this changed my consciousness and helped me to live a more fulfilled life. And I'll be sharing more about that in free events. I'll be sharing like how it changed. But I think we could share a little bit about it today. Doing things just like for your own enjoyment is fulfilling, and it's an amazing way to learn and become who you really are, who you're meant to be, your destiny. I'll demonstrate a bit about what I'm doing, like by sharing some of the lessons that I've learned or that I'm learning. So one is remember who you really are. The more that you remember who you really are and live from your true identity, like deep within you, the more powerful, unlimited, and creative that you'll be. And we know that it's very important to be creative in these times, especially with AI and disruption. And the easier that it will be for you to solve any problems you experience in your life, which are actually caused by problems in your thinking. They're limitations you set up for yourself in your own mind. So there's the concepts of self-concept and identity, because we see the world not as it is, but as we are, with our limited thinking. But we can remove all those limitations, right, over time. So another one is to believe in yourself and the beauty of your dreams. That was a lesson I've been learning since about 2010, because I didn't really believe in myself enough, definitely not back then. And we know what we truly believe by observing our behavior, because action is the language of the physical world. So that's why I got off of my true path of like inspiring people. I got off of that and was distracted and chased shiny objects and things, do things just for the money, or try to, which didn't work so well for me. And yeah, so I'm really glad I got back on my path this year. And another thing is your power is in your belief, as I've been alluding to, right? If you believe you can accomplish your goal, and your confidence will be high, and you will be able to. If you don't believe you can, you won't be able to. You create your own experience with your beliefs, both conscious and subconscious. And also, apparently, we can unleash a lot of trapped creative potential by accepting our shadow. This is something I'm learning to do this year. The parts of ourself that we've rejected, like not accepted, we've judged or criticized, we can allow all those selves to be here now with us, and just allow them to be and accept them, appreciate them, and love them all unconditionally. And by doing this, you're freeing yourself and unleashing more creativity. And that's making the darkness conscious, bringing the light of our awareness to it. That's enlightening ourselves. This is what Carl Jung said. And as Anais Nin said, we see the world as we are, not as it is. And this is why we must be the change we want to see in the world. And also to do what we think we cannot do, which is always expanding our self-concept and our comfort zone. So what do we believe about ourselves? If we keep expanding this, then we keep expanding our capabilities, and we get to live a bigger life, which is our destiny. Everyone deserves to live a life in alignment with their own values, to live life in their own way, the way that feels natural to them deep within. So that may be my message right there, because that's what I believe, that's what I stand for. I think I would like to, I'd like to tell my dad's story, a little inspirational story. See, once, a little while ago, this was before I started getting back into these interviews, my spiritual mission became clear, which is to activate other people's spiritual missions. I'm working on that. I'm not launching that yet, as I told you before, right? I'm focusing on the creativity first, because that's the thing I just had to do, because of the enjoyment, right? So yeah, my dad's story, he inspired me. He always wanted to be a farmer. Society tried to make him conform. He created his dream in reality, and he raised his pigs with love. He inspired us with a new way to raise animals with dignity, respect, and compassion. He also wrote short stories based on his actual night dreams. And he lived his own life as an artist and a free-thinking individual, never changing himself to fit into a world gone mad. He realized that animals still live naturally, while people had gone off the rails a long time ago. And so he got back to nature, and he soaked up the wisdom of the sun. His life will inspire millions. Yeah, I will illustrate his story using AI art. I haven't done that yet, but we'll do that and make a little video, and then maybe even make it into a short video. And another, yeah, he inspired me. I'm grateful to him for the opportunity that he's given me to be myself and to learn how to prosper by sharing who I really am, my creative self, with the world. I'm now on the path of unleashing my own inner unlimited earning potential by sharing my gifts, my values, above all my unique frequencies, guided by my feeling of the bigger picture of life. So that's the way that I'm living, is tapping into the bigger picture and going from a feeling and just being guided by that. And then another thing, so if you want to know why I'm doing this work, right? Well, I want to see more people living with joy, not just meeting needs or solving problems. So it's bringing more joy into the world of business through creativity and AI art, as well as activating your mission, your spiritual mission, for those that aren't on it, but they feel a calling and want deeper meaning. So yeah, I want people to be able to do that. I want people to be able to make huge amounts of money, sharing their gifts, what comes naturally to them, and doing what lights them up, what makes their heart sing. And I knew that I had to be the change I wanted to see in the world. So first, I'm showing by my own example that we can make a fortune and live life to the fullest, sharing our love and joy with others. So I'm doing this starting with expanding creativity by playing with AI art. I don't just do it myself. Ever since I started playing with Midjourney about a year ago, I wanted to share it with others, but wasn't sure how. Well, now I am sharing it with others. I'm very excited to be doing that. So that, hopefully that's a better introduction now. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's great. It was so pleasure to listen all your story. And as you told that you were inspired from your dad, and do you think that everyone is creative? If yes, then how to know that potential? Because mostly the people, they think that they are not creative, and they try to make themselves creative. So, but from your talk, I guess that everyone is born creative. So, how to get this potential out of anybody?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Well, first, their thinking, their belief of not being creative is what's stopping them in the first place. There's also self-judgment, and people are told not to be creative. They're told to fit into boxes in society and pigeonhole, and so they lose it. But as children, everyone already is a creative person, and they play, right? So that's what I'm bringing back in this, in Unleash the Artist Within. And I'm starting free events next week, so this is just opening it even to a larger audience. But how do you become creative, right? Remember your creativity. You have to start to play, like to do things just for fun. I go for a walk in nature and I get inspired while I'm in nature. You have to give yourself some time to just relax, like meditate. And you can, that will help because your frequency will change, right? You can receive inspired ideas from a receptive state of mind. Like if you were taking a shower and you relax with the warm water, right? You may get ideas, just like there's a guy, I forget his name now, Socrates. I think it was a different one actually, because he invented this screw, Archimedes. Anyway, he said eureka and jumped out of the bath. So you can, yeah, you can meditate, you can ohm, you can make tones, and your frequency will change because of the tones that you're making. Like singing, I sing to myself. I was scared to share that with others. I would rap to myself and make it up as I go along. It's just something for fun. I would do that as I'm driving. I used to work as a surveyor. It depends how to tell the story. The way I shared it there, I didn't tell things from my life, but only the ideals, right? Starting with lessons. But that's because I've heard that I want to start with those and then figure out what part of the life story to tell. But part of it is actually that I was working in Banff, Alberta, as a surveyor. And to do that job, you have to go away from the people you love, right? Travel to work. So then I could have love or money, but not both. Well, that's a limiting belief, right? And I didn't agree with it. I wanted to be able to have both. And also, I didn't even really want to work for someone else because I found out I'm very creative. I'd rather use my own gifts and find how I'm meant to be in the world by sharing who I am, right? Or what comes naturally to me. So eventually we're doing that years later. Creativity. It's
Yeah,
still,
that.
oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, actually looking at your story is another thing. Yeah, so like if you go back, you kind of think about your story and like what you've learned, what you have accomplished and overcome, and then you'll know that you have more to share with people. And you can actually create art out of your story too, and your dreams. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. As you told, this is a new thing that if you want to become creative, you should go for the traveling. Okay, if you do more traveling, you can become more creative. So that's a new thing for me. Thanks for telling. And do you think that after the advent of this AI, still we need creativity of any person because AI is doing everything on just one click? We can use different things like they are just everything is becoming automatic and we don't need to do it by ourselves. So what do you think that still do we need creativity of any person, any human? Just tell about that.
Yeah, that's a very good question. That's very interesting. Well, we still need actual humans, right? What comes after AI and the alphabet is AH, actual humans. People want to have a connection with a real person. So like what we're doing here when we do interviews and connect with people, everyone wants to still have a connection, and it's one of the human needs as well, connection or relationship with others, as is the self-expression, the creativity. But these are needs that are not so immediate, right? We can live for longer without them, but we still need them to have a fulfilling life. So yeah, AI can do a lot for us and can do everything. It can really help you make a lot of money, right? But the thing is, you may need to use your own creativity to have more of a fulfilled life, right? To express yourself, because the AI won't express yourself. It will help. It can help you, and we can take what it does and add to that, and remix things. But we also want to creatively prompt ChatGPT and Midjourney and stuff. They just added DALL-E 3 is added into ChatGPT. It just got announced yesterday, so we're going to start playing with that and see how that works, because it actually helps you. It's something that I started to do recently, a few weeks ago, was using ChatGPT to like rewrite your Midjourney prompts, because when people write their prompts, it takes a while to type them in, and when we're doing it live in a class, it slows it down. But if we start with the prompt that we've got, and then we're trying to make that art better or make it different in some way, we can ask for ChatGPT to rewrite the whole thing with a new idea. Just a small little instruction is doing it so much faster, and we're imagining that and continue to guide the process visually we're looking at it. So like when you're making art, you're bringing your own style and your vision to it and the feeling you want in the art. So that, yeah, our creativity is still very important, especially in art, because we want to express something and convey a feeling. But even in business, people want to connect with you, so it's important to, for example, like share your story. So like the trigger event, the transformation you went through, and the lesson. And for me, the trigger event was when I was working there, and then it, I wanted to be able to be with the people I love, not just be away from them and make money, like one or the other. I wanted to have both. And now I'm with my dad. I live with him. We take care of each other, right? Yeah.
Okay, that's great. As you told that with the help of AI, as you are using Midjourney and ChatGPT, so how an artist can earn from these two tools? What are the platforms on which they can start earning, or what are the actual skills they would be needed? And I think you are also designing some course for it. So tell about that. How they can learn from that course, what skills they can learn, and how they can earn money online.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not teaching how to earn from it yet. I have learned from other people that teach you how to earn from it, but what I'm doing is showing them how to express themselves, how to become more creative, and it's basically the pure creation of the art without the ulterior motive of selling it after. But once you do create it, anything you create, you can then do whatever you want with, repurpose it, sell it, like like on Etsy, for example. Um, yeah, there's a lot of different things. Like for example, coloring books, right, on Kindle. There's many purposes. Also, people can use it like for gigs, right? They can make, once they know how to make art according to what other people want, you can sell that on Fiverr. But it doesn't resonate with me because I don't have a lot of time to do it like one-on-one for people, right? That just uses up my time. But what I'm meant to do is be helping people one-to-many and in teaching and empowering others how to use the tool so they can use it. So it's not like giving people fish, but just teaching them how to fish. Did I answer your question, or was that just part of it?
No, yes, you have answered it correctly. Like, if somebody wants to learn AI skills, they can learn from different platforms, and they can, use to sell their skills on different, like on Fiverr or any other. They are like you told, Etsy. So there are different platforms on which AI art can be sold, and they can be, earn money from that. Okay, as you told in your introduction that you were a programmer also. So programmers are usually not so much creative. So designing and programming, these both are so different fields. So you started from programming. So how you come along this way of designing and making yourself creative?
Okay. Okay, well, programming was always creative for me from the start. I think on the last one, though, we should still also mention that you can sell prompts as well. There's many other things that I didn't mention because I haven't been focused on monetizing it yet. I was actually, before I got into making AI art, I actually wanted to create NFT collections and sell them. And I started to do that. And then I got really focused in the art. Then I've been helping other people make art. Then they use it for many purposes, like making an inspiring painting of their future self, of who they're becoming. So it's more about, what I'm doing is more about personal development and creativity. But then the art you create can be used for any purpose, and people put them on their social media. They keep increasing their followers, which of course, if you have other programs and things and affiliate marketing, then you'll earn more. So there's lots of different things I haven't mentioned, right? So we can get into that another time. But first, I'm focusing on the pureness of the art instead of selling it. So that's just the differentiating of what we're doing with Unleash the Artist Within. So what's this next question?
Yeah, I was asking from you that you were a programmer, and you started your career as a programmer, and then you come towards that designing. So, with the help of AI, now programming and designing can become more easy to learn. So, my next question from you is that you are a spiritual person. So, tell about how the spirituality and designing or this technology, these both can impact more uh, good in the lives in others' lives. How these both together can work.
Hmm. Okay. Um, hmm. Okay. I think my notes kind of follow from that, because my mission is creativity. It's unleashing the artist within, and so I want to unleash the artist within everyone that feels the call to create a more beautiful world. If we think in terms of energy and frequency and live from a state of being that we choose, that's what I do. Live from a state of being I choose intentionally, and I'm choosing to do what uplifts myself and others. I've been learning not to be so attached to the ego desires, like specific things in the physical world, because I want them for how I think that they'll make me feel anyway. But I have the ability to feel however I want, regardless of conditions, which means I'm free, right? State of being matters more than the conditions because we cause it from within ourselves. So it also matters more, our state of being, than what I do or what I say. So how we do things matters, and our state of being is always radiating out and creating our future. Uh, I've also been learning not to overthink and waste my time with that, rather to decide and state I am focusing my feeling more than my thought. I start my day with feeling, like I put my left hand over my heart and say, what is it that I truly desire? And then just receive the feeling inside. Because like, for example, in the book Conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh, right, he's channeling it, and he says that like he's talking to God and God talks to him, and the way that we receive it is a feeling inside. It's like, it's not, the words are translated, you're not receiving words directly, it's just more like a feeling. And so from that feeling, the feeling is higher than values, right? Because we know values drives everything, like values drives mission and purpose and everything. But the feeling is even higher than the values, because I figured out what my values are through the feeling. Like, for example, what lights you up, what makes you come alive, right? What makes your heart sing? When you see that from your life in other examples and things, and you answer that question, and then as well as what comes naturally to you, right? Because those are your gifts. But anyway, these things are kind of like passion, kind of like joy, which is alignment, which is our truth, right? And it's an excitement. So if we act on our excitement, then we're getting in alignment with who we are, and then we get more and more opportunities, right? And everything becomes synchronicities. I'll leave it there for now.
Okay, that's great. So, do you think that entrepreneurs they should be spiritual as well? And if they are, if they are spiritual, then they can create more impact in the other's life. Like spiritual entrepreneurship. This is a new word for me. I just read from your intro. So, tell about that. Who are these spiritual entrepreneurs?
Okay. I've been doing that since 2010. So that was after working in surveying and then quitting because I kind of didn't agree with the values. I found out what my values were and wanted to live in alignment with them, and then decided that I wanted to inspire people. While I was surveying, and it was a bit boring, right? After work one time, I went rock climbing in the mountains, not the ones behind me. That's just AI art. Um, and I climbed something like in Banff, this Cascade Mountain thing, and just did that just for fun. And then kind of it triggered a spiritual awakening. Like I basically first my mind became freed because of being focused on what I was doing, because I had to in order to survive, right, to do the experience. And then I noticed my mind was clear of all the negative thoughts, all the thinking, all the overthinking, right? It just free and clear. So that was a new feeling. And then also at a certain point, I was in a challenging spot and I didn't know how to do the next move. and I kind of stopped. I froze, and so I started to tremble a bit. I was getting scared, and then I had to change that. Right? I was like, I could shake myself off and fall down in that situation. Right? So I have to stop being scared. I decided to and stopped. And I could either like climb ahead or climb back. Because if I couldn't move ahead from there, couldn't figure it out, just have to back up the way I came, I guess, right? Back down to a ledge. And I was able to go forward. But anyway, this did trigger a spiritual awakening. And then, so I started to get on that, the spiritual entrepreneurship path soon after this. I filmed the adventure of climbing and then shared that video, I think, probably next year in 2010. And decided to inspire people and started writing inspirational things, including like a philosophy, like relax and enjoy life. So spiritual entrepreneurship, yeah. I've connected with a lot of people over the years, so this includes a lot of different people. Like, well, basically we're humans, right? We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. So, you know, like we think if we identify with the human body and think that's what we are, that's the limitation. That's one of the limitations. Like Sadhguru says, I am not in a meditation. He says, I am not the body. I'm not even the mind, right? We don't need to identify with that. Actually, we're all that is. See, like, I am all that is, all that ever was, and all that ever will be. If you identify with this spirit, the infinite spirit, which animates us, see, then you're unlimited. It's across all space and time and all the different possible realities, including you. You and me are both animated by God, see? But this spirit differentiates itself into different people to experience life from different perspectives. So it's like we can't really change, we can change who we are as we're growing, but I'm always me. I'm like this Bevan Bird character growing, and you're Uzma growing and developing as you are. So spiritual entrepreneurs include like coaches and healers and things like energy healers and channelers and activators and catalysts and all kinds of stuff. Transformational leaders, like retreat leaders and things. I don't have all like a list handy to talk about that, but it's like, yeah, people that have a fire in their heart. They're on a mission. They feel like they have a calling, and then they've answered the call and are following it. And once you know what your purpose is, it frees you to grow and move on your mission. When I didn't know what it was, then it's easy to fall for things. It's that saying, if you don't stand for something, you could fall for anything, right? So once you get your mission clear, you're able to focus on it because it motivates you from inside. So it doesn't take any willpower because it's something that comes naturally to you. And you feel you're on the mission, so there's no fear as well, so you have unlimited power. It's easy to focus instead of being distracted. You don't need the shiny objects and things. And a lot of stuff that you were doing before doesn't matter. And you're able to drop things that don't matter and focus on what matters most to you. So for me, it's about the meaning, right? And so for people that want deeper meaning in their life, then I would encourage them to connect with me or come to the free event, which of course I'll offer people at the end of this.
Okay, that's great. With the help of spirituality, I think you can become more focused on one thing. And as you told that spirituality also helps you to find out your passion, and you don't need to, go here and there, and you are just focused on one line in one direction. So that's great. So my next, as you are telling about an event. So how the persons, those who want to become AI artists, they can take your course, how they can get connected with you, how they can attend that event. So tell about that. What is that gift that you are going to announce?
Okay. One thing also is that people can connect. They can join my free Facebook group called Bevan's Creations, and then every week you have a chance to win a free NFT art that I create, valued at $500 or more typically. And the other thing is the events. I'm starting a free event like weekly, I'm guessing, on Unleashing the Artist Within. Actually, it'll be called My Life is Becoming More Fulfilling by playing creatively with AI art and infinite potential. So that thing, yeah, I can tell you about it. Like by filling my mind. Well, yeah, that's actually, yeah, I guess I'll tell you this. By filling my mind with beauty, which I was creating in the art, raising my frequency, I started to see beauty everywhere. And my mind opened up to more expansive ideas, like the book, for example, The Power of Infinite Imagination by Neville Goddard. And by practicing what I learned in that book, I got aligned energetically with my dreams. And I got into a flowing, joyful state of being, and started working with a psychic also that I connected with, and she's been helping me. So she's a spiritual entrepreneur as well, and she's empowering us also. She's been helping me release core identity limiting beliefs and focus on my gifts and my soul's mission, and start monetizing these by sharing my love and joy of pure creation with no ulterior motive with others. That's the gist of it. It feels great to create, and I know that you're going to love it too. And I get to know myself better. You will also, right? It's creative self-expression. It's satisfying to share some of my art with my friends through social media and inspire more and more people. And it's also expressing myself creatively makes me more confident and happy. And I'm also becoming more comfortable communicating with others on camera with feeling, without fear. And I'm able to easily connect with many beautiful women around the world. For example, I connected with this amazing young woman that I really resonate with. She teaches art classes and helps people heal their self with the power of nature. And these are both things that I strongly believe in. We had a super fun conversation on the phone, even though she's on the other side of the planet, and she invited me to take part, and I accepted this. I'm enjoying being the Grand Central Sun in this meditation group. So in her high frequency enlightened meditation group of energy healers with a vision of uplifting humanity and amplifying the light around the planet, which is what we care about, helping Mother Gaia and humanity upgrade their energy with cosmic support. And everyone involved has a very pure intention, and it feels very natural, like completely natural to be there. So I'm in the perfect place that's just right for me, and I've been like preparing for it my whole life. And also through that, I've met more wonderful people who I get to play with together in my creative and inspiration AI art journeys. So there's actually, oh yeah, right, there's only a little bit more. Anyone can create AI art in any style they like without needing, you don't need any traditional art skills, just some imagination. But I will, if you don't feel creative, I will give you prompts to help spur your imagination. It's fast. You can create amazing art even if you only have 15 minutes a day. And this can help you get out of a rut in life, as it did for me last year as a burned out caregiver. And you can unblock your creativity and like end chronic writer's block or other creative blocks. So these events are starting, and so just connect with me and I'll invite them to you. Like follow my profile, I will announce it. Send me a message if you're very interested, because I'll be inviting you to it.
That's great. Yes, definitely. I would share all these links that you're talking about, and your like meditation group and your group, Facebook group. You can tell me the link. You can send me through message, and I'll share it in the description as well. If anybody wants to join, they can join you. And surely I would also love to learn from you, especially as I'm also a technology person. So I would love to learn this mid journey with ChatGPT and prompt engineering and all these things. So thank you so much for offering all these great things with us. So I'll also arrange some session with you in which we will be only focusing on ChatGPT and mid journey, so that we can learn from you how we can create the beautiful art from that using prompts, creative prompts. So thank you so much, Bevan. One thing that I want to ask: this your name, Bird. Is this your real name, or you have added it? Because that is attracting me so much. Bevan Bird.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be on here and share. And absolutely, yeah, I will share with you about Midjourney and ChatGPT. another time. Um, yeah, it's my real name. That's my dad's last name from England.
Oh, wow, that's great. That's a beautiful name. And with this beautiful name, I'm going to end this session. Thank you so much for giving your time. I have learned a lot from you, and definitely I hope that my audience has also learned a lot. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you very much. Been a pleasure.
Thank you all of you for listening this session, and I hope you have learned a lot from Bevan. So I'll share all the links that he was talking about, and you can join those events. Thank you so much. Bye bye.